Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Salon Talks with Sony. I am your host, Sony. Let's get started. We're just gonna jump right into it. I hope you all are doing well. Hope life's treating you the best that it could in today's time, Lord. Everybody just in an uproar right now. The climate of the world. It ain't even just America no more. It's everywhere. But I hope and pray in the name of the Lord that everyone is doing well. Today's topic of discussion is finish what you start.
Ooh.
That one there kind of spicy. I don't know about y'all, but that one there for me is very spicy because my ADHD, ADD, all the D's be kicking in real bad. And I mean well, I promise I do, but all of the thoughts come so fast, and then life be life, and then life be happening, and you start and you just don't finish. But the Lord says finish the work, okay? Finish the work. So we're gonna jump right into it. I'm gonna start with some things. I feel like we just need to start putting more intention behind our projects, right? Your why. The intention really is your why. Why are you doing this? Do you know why you're doing this? Are you doing it because you saw somebody else do it and because you think it's gonna make you some money? Are you doing this because, you know, it's the next scam? Let's just call it spade a spade. And it's a quick little jug, as they say in Florida. Like, call it what it is. Like, why are you even doing this? That's the first thing we need to bring back into the fulfilling the mission, is knowing your why. Why are you starting this, right? For me personally, I always have a why. That way, when I start to become stagnant, when I start to have mind battles, when I get bored with it, I know why I'm doing it, and it kind of just brings me back in. What about you, Shad?
I'm the same way. I'm definitely the same way.
Yeah, definitely. Okay.
It definitely takes some time for me to catch a foothold, but you know, it's definitely something I'm working on for sure.
Okay, so we're gonna jump into the first segment, the halfway habit. I struggle with that a lot. A lot of things I'll start, and I'll gain the momentum. I'll start the page. I'll launch the business. I'll create the tax ID number. All of the things. I have so many tax ID numbers for so many businesses. It don't make no sense in my whole lifetime. I swear. If I go back, and I do this often, I look at my old like business pages that I created, and I'm like, girl, did you just create a page because you was excited, or did you actually want to finish this? Like, was this a passion? Did you have a why, or was it just another idea? And why did you stop halfway? So I really start to evaluate my habit of stopping halfway and getting down to the problem. That way we can find a solution. Because a lot of times too, I don't think people really evaluate their ideas or come up with a plan. Because you gotta have a plan.
Right.
Without a plan, the people perish, okay? So you have to have a vision, you have to have a plan, you have to write it down, make it plain, okay? Write everything down. He tells me this often. You know, sometimes you just gotta write all your ideas down. Because I get so many, and I believe I'm not the only one. I can't be the only one that get ideas like I do. There has to be more. You know, there's never just you. You're not that special. So definitely write your ideas down and come up with a plan. That way you lose the habit of starting and not finishing. And pray on it. That's my resolution to starting and not finishing, is to always pray and ask God, why did you give me this vision? Why did you give me this idea? What's the purpose behind it? I'm a very purpose driven person. Like, if I don't feel that there's purpose intended, I don't see why I should be doing it. Because why are we doing this? Why am I giving myself stress? Why am I spending this money? Like, it's so much that has to go into a business, into a goal, into a vision. And I can't do it without a reason, without a why, without a purpose intended behind it. So that's my little bit on that. I'm going to pass it off. What's your halfway habit that you have where you might start something and you don't finish? And why do you believe that is, Shad? Why do you believe you might start something and not finish?
I've been getting better at it recently, to be quite honest, but I think one of my halfway habits is gonna be just like routines, like my daily routines, whether it be in the morning or night. Sometimes I don't totally complete them. And I would say the reason for it is because I was lazy. I was a lazy boy. But nah, I think it's more than me just being lazy. I think that I really have I'm one of those people that I don't have like a lot of energy for things that I don't like enjoy. You know what I mean? So I have a very limited bandwidth. So with me knowing that, I gotta kind of work around that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like me just knowing that like I don't have the energy for a lot of different stuff. You know, it just makes me be more of a planner.
Yes,
like
absolutely. I agree. That was such a valid point. I think it's attention span now too that kind of takes a play into it. We all have such limited attention spans. It's almost like 30 seconds. That's all the filler you have to grasp somebody's attention now because of the media and the scrolling and all of the short form content or short form marketing, advertisement, whatever you want to call it, videos, anything at this point is very short form. And then I agree to your sentiments as well. If I don't enjoy it, I quit so many jobs because I genuinely didn't see the purpose of me being there. I don't love this.
Right.
And my brain tells me once I realize I don't love it, I'm punishing myself. Why are you punishing yourself here? God's giving you all of this, but you're choosing to pick this because it's faster, it's quicker, there's more money involved, and take all of this in and make myself suffer. I've been on jobs where I'm literally miserable, like miserable, just doing it.
You ain't the only one.
And it serves no purpose other than a lesson learned of don't do that again. Like, don't do that again. So your why is very important, as well as I feel like purpose makes it more enjoyable too. Like, you know the purpose behind it, what it's giving to the world, what it's giving to your legacy, what it's giving to your vision, your goals, your plan, your end goal, what you see yourself being when you're 80 years old. You want to be able to look back at 32, 35, 34, 30, whatever, 40, whatever, and be proud of where you were at, or at least say, I was doing what I wanted to do, not what I just told myself to do because of the money or whatever.
I will say this though, right? Sometimes we have to do things that we don't like so that we can get to where we want to be.
True.
You know, but that's a very fine line.
True.
And at the same time, when you're in that mode, you gotta, that's your why, right?
True.
Like, your why is when you're doing something that you don't absolutely love is because I want to do something else and I'm using this as a building block.
Right, but that's the end goal.
Right.
That's a goal at hand to get to where I need to get. I'm gonna fill in this space right now. Right. I'm grinding it out that way in 6 months, in 7 months, in a year. I no longer have to do this.
Correct.
I'm gonna be able to do this. That's still purpose driven though.
True.
That's still a goal. That's still purpose behind it. The end goal is whatever you want to do. So I'm not saying don't be like me, y'all. I was blessed to have a creative mind and be able to apply my creativity and make money from it or profit from it somehow. Like, I was gifted with that, but not everybody is supposed to do that. We all have a purpose to serve on earth. Not everybody is supposed to be a creative that can take their ideas and make more money from it working with their ideas than working on a job. We need y'all. We need the tech people. We need the people that fix ACs. We need people that make cars. We need restaurant workers. Like, we need everyone to work in their purpose. That's how the ship stays a sail. But for the people that are settling and not doing it to get to their purpose, I'm not excusing that. I'm not excusing that, because then it's gonna be a bunch of picking up stuff and dropping it and not finishing the projects, and which is the whole, you know, mission of this conversation is let's finish the job. Let's not just do things halfway and throw it away. And I'm gonna use her just because most people right now relate to her, Beyonce. If Beyonce stopped being Beyonce or decided after Destiny's Child, you know what, that was it, that was the vision, I don't see myself being anything greater than that.
Not the Beyonce voice.
Like, no, because that's how she talks, y'all. She talks like this. It's deep and raspy and country. Like, what if I didn't see myself being... She has the shake, and you know she do. You know she do. Y'all know she do. Y'all know she do. She has the shake. Like, what if Beyonce didn't give us the shake and give us Cowboy Carter? Like, we wouldn't have that. So you have to see past a certain point, not just start and then stop. That's not fair to whoever you're supposed to serve with whatever purpose you're supposed to give to the world. It's not fair.
Right. And I think a lot of the times why we stop might be because of a few things, right? It might be fear, right? I'm one of those people where I've somewhat feared success because I've known that once I become successful, I gotta feed other people, which means that other people are gonna be dependent on me, which is one thing that was scary at first, but that's what God has for me, right? So that's something I had to get over. Another thing that could make people stop could be, you know, them feeling like they're alone.
Yes.
Right? You're never alone. Number one, because God is always with you.
Amen.
That's number one.
Yeah.
But you're also never alone because we're in the age now that we can communicate with people across the world.
Literally.
In milliseconds.
Yeah.
So you're literally never alone. Somebody's always watching. But it's not just about being lazy, but sometimes it can come from fear and it can come from loneliness. But it's up to you to figure out what that is for you. So that you can make a plan, so that you can so you can make a plan so you can overcome that.
Yeah. No, that was valid. That was a very, very, very good point. I didn't even think of fear. That was very good. Yeah, I never thought to think of it as scary because I'm not scared to put my visions and stuff out there. The biggest thing I've ever been scared of is exactly what I'm doing right now, talking in front of this camera, and here I am. But outside of that, I don't think I ever sat and was like, oh, I'm scared. Like, oh, or even what a testament, because that shows the difference also between a man and a woman, because you thought about, you know, I gotta take care of people at this point. People are going to start depending on me. You know, they know you got it. You know, and especially if you're a giver as well, and I believe he's a giver. So especially if you're a giver as well, it does bring a little fear. Like, dang, I'm gonna have to be put now. Now I got to figure out how to maintain this, how I'm gonna make more to be able to provide for all the people that might come to ask me for $20,000 for God knows what. Like, and I never thought about it that way. That's why it's good to have these vulnerable conversations.
Yep.
Because you don't know, you really don't know until you talk to someone else. And that was good. I clap it up to that one because I never thought, like, people might just be scared to have to keep it up. I've never been scared to keep it up because I'm always thinking of the next. I'm like, all right, once that pops off, this is what's gonna come right after that, and then after that, I'm gonna invest it, and then after that, I think 50 years ahead, and that's also my downfall because that paralyzes me and it puts pressure on me to perform, and now I'm scared because I need to perform. But that's just, I guess, life. But okay, so we're gonna move on to the next bit that I have, which is a challenge. Of course, I'm gonna challenge you guys. What's something you can add to the comments? What's something you started and haven't finished? And honestly, how can I help you? Even if it's just a word of advice, even if it's just an idea you need to get off your system, feel free to DM. Feel free to write in the comments, hey girl, write me, and I'll DM you, I'll write you. What is something you started and you haven't finished because you feel stuck, because of fear, because of lack of resources? If I can help in any way, I will do my best to help, even if it's just advice on where to go to get what you need to get accomplished, done. Don't be shy. Write me in the comments or write, hey girl, write me, and I will DM you on how I can assist with that. But I know a lot of challenges like, okay, someone said, so I had other people chime in as well and tell me things they started and they didn't finish. So Bree said that she started this is not you, Bree, my friend Bree, because my friend would be like, no, I didn't. Not my friend Bree, okay? This is someone else, okay? But Bree said that she started a 30-day fitness challenge and she only made it to day 4.
It happens.
Sister. 5 days in a work week at least. At least make it to day 5. And God's perfect number is 7. Like, you ain't even make it to Sunday. I'm not gonna pick at you.
We're not judging you. We're not judging you.
We're not judging you. We're not here for that, because I can't even say that I'm the best anymore when it comes to the gym. Like, when I start seeing results, I get excited, and then once it's not coming as fast as I wanted, I'm like, all right, look, I'm just gonna be skinny. Like, I'm just gonna be skinny. But no, girl, like, I guess find your goal. Like, are you doing it for your health? Are you doing it for the aesthetics? Which is okay too. If you just want to look like, you know, what people that go to the gym look like, that's fine. If you're doing it just for the 6-pack, that's totally okay. But find your goal and zone in on that and lock in on that and give realistic goals. Don't say I want a 6-pack by 2 weeks from now and we know your body ain't looking like, or you're not eating properly.
Right.
But you can't get a 6-pack eating a burger every day. Like, I don't know, that's just me. And we have Mr. over here that just lost. God means, I mean, I don't even know how many pounds. He's just melting away every time I see him. Like, I'm sure he can attest to that didn't happen overnight.
Definitely didn't happen overnight. I think one thing is, we kind of alluded this to one of our previous episodes, but elevate your why.
Yes.
When you can elevate your why, that thing will always be in the back of your mind when you have that moment of, I don't want to go do it, I don't want to be there.
Yeah.
It's going to pull you out of your seat.
Right.
Right. But then also, an understanding of when you don't want to do something, that's an opportunity for you to be that much stronger. You know?
Yeah.
Because when you run out of, motivation, the only thing you have left is discipline. Mm-hmm. So just know that when you have the feeling of you don't want to do something, I'm tired, it's been a long day, these are opportunities to make yourself stronger than you were before. And you rarely get opportunities like that.
Yeah.
So
that was good. Thank you for that. So we had another one. I'm not gonna get everybody's name, y'all, okay? But we had another, somebody chimed in, someone else chimed in, and they said that my 1 chapter a day reading goal lasted a week. I ain't got nothing to say about that, because I can't read to save. Not I can't read. I can read. Jesus.
Now you can read.
I can read, but I'm saying, like, my attention span has become even worse, because I even struggled. I genuinely think I need to get tested for ADD or ADHD, and I'm saying it jokingly, but in all seriousness, I always had to go back and reteach myself everything in school, and I thought it was just because I didn't like school. Like, I didn't care for it. It wasn't entertaining enough. It wasn't creative enough. I did all my art classes great. I got gold medals and everything. But when it came to school, it's just the lack of attention. It was just beyond me. But I made myself reread it. Sister girl, you gotta set a timer. And then, like he said, do stuff you enjoy. Find a book with a subject you enjoy. If you enjoy ratchet stuff, I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? If you enjoy ratchet stuff, there's a a lot of ratchet books for you to read where it'll keep you engaged
For sure.
for more than a week. I'm saying there's trash out there that will keep you entertained for more than a week. Where you're at in life, if you're a mom, read things on how to be a better mom or whatever is going to keep your attention span that you enjoy. Read that. Don't read how to build a computer just because you think you're curious about building a computer and you don't even enjoy computers. Like, do stuff that will keep your brain entertained, or find books that on subject matters that you enjoy. I'm a history junkie, so I can read history stuff literally all day. I go down rabbit holes. So I'd rather read history things because I know that's going to keep me entertained. So that's just a little tidbit. Shad, what you think about that? Like, how are you a reader?
Nah, I'm an avid reader.
Really?
Yeah, I got a whole library. I gotta show you.
Wow, yeah, because it's the garage.
No, but I really just started reading every day, probably about a year ago. And I'm pretty much doing that chapter a day thing. But
wow.
Now I was getting to a point to where, you know, I really just read before I go to sleep. So it's really habit. Right?
Yeah.
Like creating a habit. You know, with any habit at first it's gonna be tough.
Yes.
But until you make it consistent, then your body starts to crave. So before I go to sleep, my body craves me to read something. And me, I'm one of those people where I don't like fiction books. I'm very much one of those. I very much love physics and metaphysics and stuff like that. The Bible, biblical stuff. That's the stuff that really like grinds my gears.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, I definitely love reading. And if y'all need some books, you know what I'm saying? Drop it in the comments. I'll send y'all a couple.
Yes, at Shad if y'all need some books. Tell them your where you want them to write you at if they need a book.
So you can just put in the comments here. You can put at Rashad. My Instagram too is at R8 HAWD.
Yes, and we'll have that here so you guys can see that as well too. But yes, I have for a book. I'm not the best when it comes to book because I'm only reading what entertains me. So unless y'all want to read a history book or how to slowly become a millionaire, I don't know what to tell y'all. The laws of attraction, unless that's what y'all like, because that's the stuff that keeps me going. You know, that's what I'm gonna spend an hour researching and going down rabbit holes and feeling fulfilled for the day. So unless that's the type of stuff y'all look at, then I can't help you. Y'all better hit up Shy. I can't help. I can do research for you, but I can't help you with the books. I promise you I can't. I'm sorry. But that was a good one. Thank you for giving us that tidbit.
Of course.
Okay, last person says, a whole podcast I recorded. They started a podcast, right? A whole podcast I recorded 2 episodes and ghosted myself.
Now, why would you do that?
Look, as I sit here, look, how can I give you something that would be fruitful to you for that? I think it's just fear. Let go of fear. Fear isn't real. It's not real. It's an illusion your mind creates to kind of give an excuse for yourself on why you're trying to protect yourself for whatever you don't want to feel that's going to come with what you're doing. So if you keep telling yourself the fear isn't real, the fear isn't real, the fear isn't real, and then give yourself realistic goals, right? I didn't like being in front of the camera. That's the only reason why I got so serious about this in the moment, because this is real for me as well. I didn't like audibly hearing myself back. We all can see I have a gap, I have a lisp. I found every excuse in the book on why I felt like, oh God, you're telling somebody else to do this. This can't be me. I've been doing quiet content since literally I was 10 years old. Like, no, this late in the game, like I have an accent. You know, some of my jokes are very cultured. Like, ain't nobody gonna wanna listen to me sit here and yap. And lo and behold, here we are, still yapping, and people are still watching. I even get asked if I don't post a podcast, hey, what's going on? Like, you know what I mean? So give yourself some grace and practice, honestly. Practice looking at yourself on camera. I've had over 15 years of looking at myself on camera. Now it was just a challenge of hearing myself on camera more so than looking at myself. So really practice, put your phone up, record yourself before you record the official podcast, and listen to yourself and find points where you feel like, okay, I need to work on that, and actually work on it as well. Sha, what you think?
Yeah, so I think with the whole podcast thing, just like to talk about, it's about practice, right? Everything that we do, every habit is a muscle, so you just gotta push out the reps.
Yeah.
And understand that every rep is helping you get to your goal.
Absolutely.
Now, I think a lot of times in the world we live in, we're exposed to so many people doing things on a high level that we think we need to be up there. Nah, you just need the reps.
Yeah.
The reps can come from your cell phone. It can come from a camcorder. It can come from a Sony A7, whatever. You know what I mean? So it's really up to you on how you want to do it, but push out those reps because eventually it'll make you better.
Yes.
You know, so one of the things that I learned from, I don't know if y'all know who Myron Golden is. Have you heard of him before?
I don't.
He's like this preacher guy, but his goal was to have 52 podcasts in a year up on YouTube. Right? His goal was to make one a year, one a week. Not to make the most elaborate, not to be the best guy in there, but to be consistent so that he can be great.
Yeah.
And now this guy has millions and millions and millions of followers.
Yeah.
He's been doing podcasts he been on YouTube for 15 years.
Jesus.
And just within the last 2 or 3 years, he's gone to them.
Just 3 years.
You know what I mean? So understand.
Hold on, I'm sorry I cut you off. Cause I really want people to hear what you just said. This man been grinding for 15 years. That's a whole person. That's a whole human being that's walking, talking, and possibly driving a car. That's so many. In the last 3 years, out of those 15 is when it popped off. Do the work.
Do the work.
Sorry. Back to our regularly scheduled program.
That's real tea though. That's real tea. Do the freaking work. Yeah. Because you don't know, because like we talked about before, either the work is working for you, or it's working through you, or it's working in you. So just because you don't see exactly what it's doing and how it's working don't mean it's not.
Facts. That was some good stuff. I hope y'all picked that up. I hope that fed your spirit how it just fed mine. Because that's so valid. We talked about this in a previous episode as well. We watch everyone's end goal, right? That's what we see. We don't see when basketball players are literally practicing 2-3 times a day and on their free time just to come and play a game. We don't see that. We just see them playing the game and we talk about, oh, he was trash today. You don't know how much work that man put in to get where he was at. So the 15 years and just popping off at 3, be patient with yourself, grind it out, do the work, practice, get in front of the camera, be uncomfortable, and post.